Have you ever imagined that you would lose everything when you were at your highest? Did you know that many artists and sportspersons have lost their careers and lives because of what they have done before peaking in their careers, or what they have done in their peak time? People try to pull you down even when you have nothing. Then can you imagine what it would be when you are a star? Let us see how Tiffany Haddish reacted to losing her career and being broke when Hollywood cancelled her. Tiffany Sarah Cornelia Haddish, or Tiffany Haddish, is an American stand-up humorist and actress. After guest starring on numerous TV series and a lead part in a line drama, Haddish earned a reputation for her role as Nikisha Williams on the NBC sitcom The Carmichael. Her breakthrough arrived with a foremost role in the comedy film Girls Trip, which gained her multiple honours, such as nominations for 2 Critics' Choice Awards. It was on the New Yorker's list of the best film performances of the 21st century. She bested a Primetime Emmy Award for hosting a Saturday Night Live episode. She publicised a memoir, The Last Black Unicorn. Haddish starred in the TBS sequel, The Last OG, executive produced and voiced Tusha in the Netflix Adult Swim animated series Tusha and Birdie, and starred in the crime humour string The After Party. She released the album Black Mitzvah in 2019, for which she bested the Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album, earning her the second African American woman to win this award after Whoopi Goldberg in 1986. She was anointed one of the 100 most consequential people in the world by Time magazine in 2018, and The Hollywood Reporter titled her among the 100 most influential people in entertainment in 2018 and 2019. Haddish was raised in South Central Los Angeles, California. Her dad, Tishay Rida Haddish, a refugee from Eritrea, was of Ethiopian Jewish ancestry. Her mum, Leola, was an African-American small business proprietor from a Christian lineage. After Haddish's dad left when she was 3 years old, her mum remarried and had Haddish's 2 half-sisters and half-brothers. In 1988, while her family was living in Colton, California, Haddish's mum, Leola, suffered an intense brain injury in a car accident. It was supposed to have forced Leola's schizophrenia. Haddish conveyed that her mum became quick-tempered, offensive, and fierce. Haddish, then 9 years old and the elder of 5 siblings, evolved the family's immediate custodian. It was about this time that Haddish became interested in humour. According to Haddish, her stepfather disclosed that he had fiddled with the brakes on her mum's car, planning the wreckage to kill Haddish, her siblings, and her mother so he could compose of their life insurance policies. However, the kids chose to stay home that day, and the accident was not deadly for her mother. Haddish's foremost break was a place on the humour competition Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes. She has emerged in such plays as Chelsea Lately, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, My Name is Earl, The Underground, Nick Cannon's Short Circuits, That's So Raven, At Midnight, Just Jordan, Def Comedy Jam, In the Motherhood, Reality Bites Back, and New Girl, and has starred in films including Meet the Spartans and Janky Promoters. In 2013, she had a regular role on Real Husbands of Hollywood. In 2014, Tiffany stood cast in the Oprah Winfrey Network drama string If Loving You Is Wrong. She departed after the foremost season for a reoccurring role on the NBC sitcom The Carmichael Show, where she starred as Nikisha, the semi-estranged wife of Bobby Carmichael, for 3 seasons. In 2016, she co-starred opposite Keegan-Michael Kay and Jordan Peele in the satire film Keanu in the Part of High C. In 2017, Haddish starred alongside Jada Pinkett Smith, Regina Hall and Queen Latifah in the humour movie Girls Trip. It acquired favourable reviews from analysts, gaining an acceptance rating of 91% on Rotten Tomatoes and a generally favourable reviews score of 71 out of 100 from Metacritic. Haddish was praised for her performance as the noisy, happy-go-lucky Dina, with several analysts analogizing her breakthrough to that of Melissa McCarthy. Katie Walsh of the Chicago Tribune announced that this is Haddish's movie and will cause her a superstar. It's evident from the point she hits the screen. Further, Girls Trip grossed around $140 million worldwide against its production budget of $20 million to evolve into the highest grossing satire flick of 2017. In 2021, Haddish's performance was fitted on the New Yorker's index of the finest film performances of the 21st century. The writer of the list, Richard Brody, noted that where most humorists, even devising, seem to create a persona, Haddish infuses her work with the power of her own experience. If the 17-minute speech she gave at the New York Film Critics Circle spread in 2018 had been released as a movie, it would have also completed my list. Both it and her performance in Girls Trip, as significant as they are, only imply the strength of her visionary fiction. In August 2017, Haddish's stand-up comedy special, Tiffany, Haddish, She Ready? From the Hood to Hollywood, premiered on Showtime. Examining the selection for Vox, Caroline Frank stated, "Haddish is just truly damn funny and deserves a recommendation wherever we can give it to her." Haddish partnered with Living Advantage, a non-profit association that concentrates on the interests of foster youth, for her Suitcase Drive for Foster Youth, where she composed carryoles in which foster youth can hold their belongings. She participates at the Laugh Factory Comedy Camp. Her She Ready Foundation also supports foster care programs. On August 30th, 2022, Haddish and fellow comic Aries Spears were sued for plausible grooming and sexual abuse of 2 minors. According to the case, the kids were drafted to film several satirical acts and were asked to perform sexually sensual content. Tiffany, Haddish's solicitor, Andrew Bretler, unleashed a notice stating that suit had no value. Haddish replied in an Instagram post that she greatly mourned consenting to act in a skit that she said was meant to be comedic but was not funny. Tiffany Haddish stated that she was now jobless, and thanks to the child molestation cases filed and discharged against her and Aries Spears, the 42-year-old Easter Sunday celeb was canvassed by paparazzi at LAX days later regarding the case after a report broke that Jane Doe, who had alleged sexual transgression against the humorist, requested the judge to discharge the case. Although Haddish and Spears' names are now lawfully clear, their prestige may persist in suffering, something Haddish expressed she's already encountering. She lost everything. All her gigs were gone. Everything gone. She replied when questioned if she felt the lawsuit would hurt her public impression, according to a tape broadcasted by TMZ. The paparazzo endeavoured to question if Haddish deemed she could somehow alter the world's perception of herself via work projects, to which she doubled down, she doesn't have a job. The post has reached agents for Haddish for comment. In the original lawsuit, Spears and Haddish had stood blamed by Jane and her brother, also unknown, for deliberate infliction of passionate despair, awful delinquency, sexual harassment, sexual battery, and sexual abuse of a child. The suit, wetted in late August, also argued that John Doe was groomed and molested by both defendants. Haddish was also charged with careless supervision, failure to caution, violation of fiduciary duty, and constructive fraud. The case pursued public and particular damages and any applicable statutory impairments. But Jane altered her tune once the lawsuit was plunged. She stated that she and her family had known Tiffany Haddish for many years, and we now know that she would never harm her brother or her or help anyone else do anything that could harm us. They wished Tiffany the best and were delighted they could all put this behind them, she added in a comment. Attorneys for both comedians told the Post that the allegations were faked and their clients would not slip for fleecing. Haddish also addressed the suit in an Instagram comment, stating that she could not answer any questions. However, she rued working on a video with Spears and John titled "Through a Pedophile's Eyes." But Tiffany Haddish is back. After the humorist was revoked over charges she sexually abused a minor and groomed another, she has realised she will once again grace the set. Haddish's big return comes just 2 months after she and fellow comic Aries Spears were sued by Jane Doe, who came bold with alarming allegations against the pair. Tiffany Haddish has also confirmed that she will return for the highly anticipated Girls Trip sequel, despite potential backlash over her involvement. In an interview with TMZ, as seen above, Haddish reiterated that she would be in the recently announced sequel despite the since-dropped child sex abuse lawsuit against her and comedian Aries Spears. When told it was suggested that she should be written out of the sequel due to the lawsuit, she responded that she did not have an opinion and would do anything with those women. She loves those people, she added. She also stated that she loved everybody that worked on that. They had a blast. They want to work with her and she also wants to work with them. She also commented that the girls were happy to work with her again and have discussed it often. Haddish seemed unbothered when asked if she was worried about any possible backlash over her appearance in the film. She continued that she can't be concerned about what people think. She has to be concerned about how she feels. When she looks in the mirror, is she happy with what she sees? Added the comedy superstar. What a way to destroy a person's career and life, right? What would you have done if you were in Tiffany's spot? Will you have left it the way she did, or will you go behind Jane Doe? Comment below what you feel about the same. Was this a necessary lawsuit, or was the same suit faked to destroy the star's public value?